Welcome back to a time when arcade games were the rage and personal computing was just taking off. The dawn of the 80s was a thrilling era of innovation and exploration, with technology making waves in ways we could only dream of. In the gaming world, the year 1980 saw a phenomenon that would forever shape the landscape of video gaming: the release of the Pac-Man arcade game. This vibrant, maze-chasing adventure took the world by storm, becoming more than just a game. It was a cultural moment, a symbol of a new era where technology and entertainment converged, capturing the imagination of millions around the globe. Pac-Man transformed the public's perception of video games, proving that they could be more than just simple, mindless diversions. It demonstrated that games had the potential to tell stories, challenge the mind, and bring people together in a shared experience. In the realm of personal computing, the year 1981 marked a significant milestone. This was the year the IBM PC was introduced, a machine that would change everything. Powered by an Intel 8088 processor and equipped with 16 kilobytes of memory, expandable to a whopping 256 kilobytes, this machine was a marvel of its time. It was more than just a tool for businesses. It was a gateway to a new digital world, a world where information could be stored and accessed at the touch of a button, where complex calculations could be performed in fractions of a second. The IBM PC was not just a machine, it was a revolution. It opened up the world of computing to the masses, proving that these machines could be personal, practical, and profoundly transformative. The year 1981 marked a new era, with the IBM PC proving that computers could find a place in every home. The dawn of the 80s was not just a decade, it was the dawn of a new technological age, a time of discovery and transformation that would forever change the way we live, work, and play. As we moved into 1982, a new player entered the scene, forever changing the landscape of personal computing. The Commodore 64 burst onto the scene with the force of a supernova, captivating a generation of tech enthusiasts, and quickly becoming the best-selling single personal computer model of all time. This wasn't by chance. The Commodore 64 was a true powerhouse for its time. Beneath its unassuming exterior, the Commodore 64 boasted 64 kilobytes of RAM, a figure that was nothing short of astounding in an era where memory was measured in kilobytes, not gigabytes. But the Commodore 64 wasn't just about raw power. It also offered sound and graphics performance that outpaced its competitors, transforming the personal computer from a mere productivity tool into a multimedia powerhouse. But the Commodore revolution didn't stop there. In 1984, the company introduced the Commodore 16, a more budget-friendly option that was specifically designed for the educational market. Despite its more modest specifications, the Commodore 16 packed 16 kilobytes of RAM and offered an improved version of BASIC compared to its predecessors. This made it an ideal tool for teaching the next generation of coders, engineers, and computer scientists. The Commodore 64 and 16 were more than just machines. They were gateways to new worlds. They allowed users to create, learn, and explore in ways that were previously unimaginable. They turned bedrooms into music studios, living rooms into art galleries, and kitchens into laboratories. In short, they democratized technology, bringing the power of computing into homes around the world. The impact of the Commodore era cannot be overstated. It was a time of innovation and exploration, a period when the boundaries of what was possible were constantly being pushed and redefined. It was a time when technology became personal and the personal became technological. The Commodore 64 and 16 became household names, setting new standards for personal computers. The mid-80s witnessed a revolution in the world of video games, with consoles making their way into living rooms. This era was marked by the arrival of the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, which launched in North America in 1985. The NES was more than just a gaming console. It was a beacon of hope for an industry recovering from the video game crash of 1983. This innovative console brought with it a host of revolutionary games, such as Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda. These titles not only redefined the gaming landscape, but also seeped into popular culture, creating iconic characters and narratives that are still beloved today. The NES, with its intuitive controls and engaging gameplay, made video gaming a household activity, breaking the barriers of age and expertise. But the NES wasn't alone in this revolution. 1986 saw the entry of Sega with its Master System. This console, while not as successful as the NES in North America, was a formidable opponent. It boasted advanced graphics and sound capabilities, providing a rich, immersive gaming experience. Games like Wonder Boy and Alex Kidd showcased the console's potential, offering vibrant visuals and captivating storylines. The Master System also introduced the concept of backward compatibility, a feature that allowed it to play games from its predecessor, the Sega Game Gear. This was a novelty at the time and showcased Sega's commitment to its gaming community. The mid to late 80s was a time of intense competition and innovation in the video game industry. The NES and Sega Master System, with their unique offerings, pushed the boundaries of what was possible in gaming. They brought video games out of the arcades and into our homes, transforming them from a niche hobby into a mainstream form of entertainment. So the next time you pick up your controller, remember the NES and Sega Master System, the consoles that paved the way for the gaming world as we know it today. The NES and Sega Master System brought video gaming into the mainstream, creating a whole new form of entertainment. As the decade progressed, technology began to break free from the confines of the home and office. It was a time when our interaction with gadgets started to evolve, signaling the dawn of portable tech. In the late 70s, leading into the 80s, Sony introduced a device that would forever change our relationship with music. The Sony Walkman, a portable cassette player, gave us the power to carry our tunes with us, wherever we went. With its lightweight design and decent battery life, it was like having a personal soundtrack to our lives. It was a revolutionary concept that made music an integral part of our daily routine, rather than just a home-based leisure activity. But it wasn't just music that was going mobile. Communication, too, was breaking free from its stationary roots. The year was 1989, and Motorola was about to launch a device that would redefine the very concept of a phone call. Enter the Motorola Dynatac 8000X, the first commercially available handheld cellular phone. With its towering antenna and brick-like design, it wasn't exactly slim or sleek. But what it lacked in aesthetics, it more than made up for in functionality. Weighing in at a hefty 2 pounds, it was a far cry from the featherlight devices we're used to today. And the price tag? A cool $4,000. Yet, despite its size and cost, the Dynatac was a game changer. It was the first step towards the wireless communication revolution that would eventually lead to the smartphones we can't live without today. The Walkman and Dynatac 8000X may seem quaint by our current standards, but they were the pioneers in the field of portable technology. They ushered in a new era where technology was no longer tied to a specific location, but something that could accompany us wherever we went. The Walkman and Dynatac 8000X made technology portable, changing the way we communicate and listen to music. The late 80s marked the beginning of a new era, the digital revolution. The world began to shift from analog to digital, a transition that would redefine how we interact with technology on a fundamental level. In the realm of music, the year 1982 witnessed a monumental change. Sony, a name synonymous with innovation, launched the first compact disc player. This wasn't just a new way to play music, it was a revolution in how we consume it. With the CD player, music was digitized, offering a level of sound quality and convenience that was simply unheard of in the analog era. Gone were the days of rewinding tapes or carefully placing the needle on a vinyl record. Now, music could be accessed at the push of a button, with the capacity to hold more songs than ever before. The CD player was a game changer, paving the way for the digital music platforms we enjoy today. But the digital revolution didn't stop there. It extended its reach into the world of photography as well. In 1985, Canon introduced the first digital camera, hinting at a seismic shift in the future of photography. Although digital photography was in its infancy, with resolution and image quality far from what we're accustomed to today, the advent of the digital camera was a turning point. It promised a future where images could be captured, stored, and shared digitally, eliminating the need for film and darkrooms. This was a glimpse into a future where memories could be preserved with the click of a button. The late 80s was a pivotal time in tech history. It was a period of rapid evolution, where the digital realm began to take shape. The introduction of digital technologies like the CD player and digital camera were just the beginning. They were the pioneers that led the way, setting the stage for the digital revolution that would transform the world in the decades to come.